have everyone's favorite, factoring sum and difference of cubes. I actually quite like these. Once you have the pattern memorized, it's pretty fast. What you want to recognize or look for factoring a sum or difference of cubes, two terms with a plus or a minus right there, and you want to ask yourself, what did we cube to end up with an x cubed and a 27. And if you actually did cube something to get those two terms, then we have a sum of two cubes. So in order to get the x cubed, we have cubed an x, and then in order to get the 27, we have cubed a 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 gives us 27. Now, for a sum of cubes formula, it's going to factor into a plus b. If you notice, if it's a plus, that's your first sign here, plus. And then we do a squared minus a times b plus b squared. One thing I've said in class is that your formula, there's always one subtraction or one minus sign in it. So in this case, the minus goes right there. I know I have to start with a plus b because it's a sum of cubes. So we just have to know what to plug in for a and b. This x is going to be our a. This 3 is going to be our b. When we plug this in, a plus b, we're going to have x plus 3. I'm just plugging in straight to the formula. Now we have to do a squared. Since our a is x, that's going to be x squared. Bring down your minus sign. A times b, x times 3, which is just 3x. And then bring down your plus sign. And then b squared, if you square a 3, 3 squared is 9. What I really like about these is we're done. It's pretty quick. You recognize the pattern, a sum or difference of cubes, and if we know all this a and b business, then we can get straight to our answer. All right, this next example, pretty similar, a little bit trickier. There's a number in front of x cubed, but also a minus sign. So this will be your difference of cubes example. Let me draw a line to separate here. So again, we're looking for what did we cube to get these two terms. The 125 is a little bit easier. What did we cube to get a 125? Well, that's going to give us 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, times another 5 is 125. So the question becomes, what did we cube to get an 8x cubed? This 8 is a 2 times 2 times 2, and then because there's an x with it, if we do a 2x times a 2x times a 2x, okay, you can't really see that very well, but in this case, we're going to cube a 2x to get 8x cubed. 2x times 2x times 2x. Our pattern for difference of cubes, it's almost exactly like this sum of cubes off to the left, only this time it's going to start out with a minus b. Again, whatever this sign is the first sign there. Each formula has only one subtraction or one minus sign in there. Since I've already used it, I know I'm going to have plus signs the rest of the way. So we have the same a squared. I'm going to bring in my plus, then multiply a times b, then plus b squared. Then we just go to filling into our formula. Our a is this 2x, our b is the 5. So 2x minus 5, just filling in the a and the b. And then you're really working with your 2x and your 5. Next we have to square the a. So this is a 2x times 2x, which is a 4x squared, plus a times b, 2x times 5 is 10x, plus b squared, so when you square your 5, you get a 25. And we are done. Don't be afraid of sum or difference of cubes. Your two formulas look identical with the exception of a couple of plus or minus signs. Please notice that it's always a plus here, plus b squared, so you just have to decide what these two signs will be. One will be a plus, one will be a minus, and just know that you will always start out with the sign of the problem. So if it's plus two terms, bring the plus down. If it's minus two terms, bring the minus down. And you know your next sign will be opposite.